What's up, everybody? Give me a hell yeah if you're ready for episode 31 of the Fyter podcast with yours truly, the one, the only, Chrislevi13. You know, it's been a little bit of a time since we've done an episode, but we here, we back, and we got a lot of stuff to catch up with, some AEW Fyter Fest, and a topic of staying focused and content creation to talk about, because I thought that'd be a fun topic to talk about. But if you ready, give me a hell yeah, and you all stay awesome. Woo! So yeah, let's get the first hell yeah of the stream, as requested by Chrislevi13 Bada bing, bada boom.
Hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
And if you know anybody else that might enjoy the podcast, share this podcast out on your social media platforms, because I'm on every major social media platform as a content creator. Should be, you know. Now you don't have to be, it depends on how much you want to be active on them, that's up to you. But I'm on all the major social media platforms and everything like that, doing my thing. And I want to say it's glad to be back with this. I know I've just been focusing on live streams for a little bit and haven't really been on Twitch or anything like that, but it's because I'm so close to hitting this thing that's been a journey for a long time. Been a journey. But we're close to hitting this thing. We got my birthday coming up and all that. We got some different little goals and stuff to talk about. But for everybody watching this live, thank you. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're watching this after that, make sure you go back and hit that like button. If you know any of your friends, family, anybody else that's a content creator out there that might enjoy this, go hit them up. Say, hey man, you got 5 minutes. Go check out my buddy Chrislevi13. That's all I would say to anybody out there. And yeah. Thank you all for being here, and thank you all for being beautiful people and everything like that. So as you look at it up there at the top, it says catching up, staying focused, and AEW Fyter Fest. Because I like talking a little bit about wrestling throughout my streams, because it's something that I'm very passionate about, having done in-ring and backyard wrestling. Have watched wrestling since I was little and everything like that. Like the majority of us that are wrestling fans, right? I stuck through. I saw a little bit of the Attitude Era. I stuck through the Attitude, Ruthless Aggression Era, my favorite era of wrestling, and all these different things. I've stuck through all the changes with the platform, YouTube, and all that. What's up, gaming ain't easy? My dude, they just came back from the Southeast Game Exchange. Hopefully you had another wonderful convention and everything like that. I've been talking to some of the people since they came back. They had an awesome time at Southeast Game Exchange. So that was an awesome event and everything like that. That, and if y'all don't know what that is Southeast Game Exchange. It's done in Greenville, South Carolina. Awesome event. And Austin, and he also runs the video in Corinth, Mississippi. Runs Video Game Corner, which I've been to. I live about 3 hours from it now. But yeah, I've been there, seen his place. Nice place, awesome stuff he does there. So go check out all that stuff on Southeast Game Exchange on social media and all that stuff. And man, the stuff right there you had Russ Slavin, J-Love, Megadan, Gamer Ames. You had Gaming Off the Grid. You had Shady J. You had so many different people. 8-Bit Eric. So many different people went down to that event, had fun, collected games, talked, did their thing, and it was an awesome time. Definitely I love the use of Instagram, YouTube, Twitter to promote little events like that and see stuff like that. Due to the pandemic last year, they didn't have an event, and I didn't get the chance to go because I was ready to go to two conventions last year. This year, due to my dad's incident, I ain't able to go to one currently. Maybe towards the end of the year, yeah, but right now I'm not able to. But he's getting back on his feet and hopefully going to get back to work, in the next several months and all that. So what kind of things will change and all that. But we'll see where it goes. But yeah, catching up with all y'all. If y'all want to know what I've been up to other than streaming a lot of Call of Duty, Fall Guys, simple multiplayer stuff that like a lot of friends want to do. You know that I really enjoy doing myself too, or I wouldn't have played the games. Is that I've just been focusing on playing the guitar a little bit. You know, getting some stuff ready because at the end of the month we're gonna return and do a music stream, you know, where it's a stream for about an hour, 2 hours. I pull out all the instruments, lay them on the bed, lay all the stuff out, talk about my musical journey, and then we play music, and then each month we do one, and it just progressively gets better and everything like that. And other than that, I've just been kind of just helping my dad out, helping my mom out, do what I got to do there, you know, and everything like that. That being there for friends and family that need me in certain things and everything. Catching up on a lot of other people's content, watching some of my wrestling stuff with Cultaholic, What Culture Wrestling, Wrestle Talk, seeing my stuff, meeting a lot of new people through Call of Duty and Fall Guys and different multiplayer games throughout the community, and they're on YouTube, as I am on the road to 1K, everybody. So yeah, that's what we're on the road to, is 1 fucking K. And I don't just say that to say that. It's something that I want to achieve. And the goal for this stream is 20 viewers, but the goal is in viewers and likes. Can we get 15 likes on the stream? If y'all can make that happen, that'd make me a happy boy. And you'd see a double hype dance, because that's not just 10, that is 15. Bada bing, bada boom. Also, I've been uploading an occasional video here and there while sharing a TikTok on YouTube or other things, or doing some shorts and all that. So that's just a little variety of things, of quality of life things I'm doing to help people out and everything like that. And yeah, just been enjoying AEW. Just been enjoying AEW, some WWE, even though WWE's released a lot of wrestlers and it's kind of soured my mood in what they do. I've been doing that stuff and just kind of refocusing myself, you know. Because I've been staying more focused this year on everything and not falling back out of things. Unlike last year, we had a reason that everybody was what they were. In 2019, it was all on me. In 2018, 17 was all on me. In 2016, y'all know the story. I lost over 10 different friends because of this YouTube channel right here, you know, and everything like that. But man, I'm a man that's gonna continue to do my thing. Where, let me see how far we are off. How far are we off right now? And we are at 128. We got 2 more. So that means 72 subscribers for my goal of my birthday, which is September 30th. September 20th, 2021. Then we hit at least 900 subscribers. That means if y'all can find $75 for other people to come pop on in, tell them, pop on in. Come check a dude out. Have fun. Do your thing, you know, and all that. Let's have fun, you know, and everything like that. Because that's what it's about in content creation. It's having fun, you know. And it's cool to see some of my friends that I've been gaming with for year, 2 years, up to 3, almost 4 years. And they're hitting their goals. They're getting over 1,000 and all this and everything like that. Y'all gotta stay. If you're over 1,000 and you're a game channel, or you're a content creator, stay up to date on everything. There's a lot of changes coming. And some stuff's already been unlocked for people. You know, so you gotta, you know, it's not more than just monetization. It's more than just watch hours. It's more than just, hey, I need to put tags and thumbnails and all this stuff in there. There's a lot of stuff, you know, and there's also, nowadays, you can get your full setup in Elgato outside your PC and screens and stuff like that. You can get your full setup in Aver Media and stuff like that, because both companies have mics, both companies have cameras, the stuff that you need to make streaming good. You know, I would love to work with Elgato. I would love to work more with eWind right there, you know, and everything like that. But it's just what it is in life, you know, and everything like that. It's basically how the cards go for you and everything like that. So to everybody that is here, thank you. Bless you, thank you, you know, and everything like that. Hope you have a good night and everything like that, because it is a Thursday night, the usual night that I do the podcast for about an hour. If it's a solo episode, long, about up to 2 hours. If it's a collaboration or interview style episode, you know, which if anybody ever wants to be a guest on it or have topics for it, feel free. I would love to have more people in the industry. I do have somebody that was at Southeast Game Exchange. I'm talking to her to see about getting her on here in the future when she's not busy and everything like that, and everything like that. But it's just small little things that I'm incrementally working on. That's why I'm tweaking little things here and there, and just looking to have fun with each and every single one of you all, day in, day out, because that's what you got to do. I started it as a joke. Then somebody said, "Put it on your channel," and I put it on my channel. And then I thought, it's just gonna be something for this. By the end of the year, I'm gonna forget it. And then it became something that resonated personally, professionally, with family, with everything. And that is grow your knowledge, your friendships, and fun. And people may ask, what does that entail? Well, whether you're a cop, you're a firefighter, you're a YouTuber, you're a Twitch streamer, you're content, just simply a content creator doesn't even do streams. You're an artist. You write comic books. You work on cars. You're a salesman. You're a doorman. Whatever it is, if you're growing your knowledge, that means growing your knowledge in your field that you work in, things that you're interested in, shows you watch, movies you watch, things you wear. You're expanding your mind, because every day you gain brain cells and you lose brain cells. So always grow your knowledge. Growing your friendships means people that are friends with you when your family's not around and all that stuff. Grow your friendships, because you know what? There's going to be days they need you to have a shoulder to lean on. But you need a shoulder to lean on. But also there's going to be days where you want to have somebody to have a drink with, have fun with, go out and go on a trip and all that. And you need these people day in and day out. So grow your friendships, everybody. And last but not least, have fun. Because if you don't just go out there and you don't have fun in life, what are you doing? Are you just going to be a mindless person working at 9 to 5, as they quote unquote say? For some people it's a 7 to 4, or it's an 8 to 5. But are you just going to work that mindless job and be a zombie? Are you not going to turn on a video game, a movie, a TV show, an album, a Spotify, go to the beach, or go to some live concert, show, movie, something, or go to some kind of museum or something and have fun? Expand your horizons. And if you do all three, life can be beautiful. Beautiful if you do knowledge, friendships, fun. Life can be a beautiful thing. It's like right here with this podcast. Y'all don't realize it, but there's so many people that are supporters of it in the retro gaming community, the collector side of the gaming community, the stream side of the community. There's so many people that see me do this, and they say this is what I need to do more. Well, for each of you all, you just simply got to do something that's free. Share it out. Social media, messages, tell a friend, and just pass it forward. Because that's what you got to do in life. Because if you don't pass it forward, then something that may be amazing could be forgotten. And that's the thing. We're in this world of video games. We're in this world of movies, entertainment, TV shows. You've got to pass it forward, share it around. Because if you don't, that show could get canceled. That game could not be made. Or that game may only have one game in the series. But if you never know. But you never know until you try. So you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of the thing that I want to say. Just catching up with you all real quick before we get into just real quickly my thoughts on staying focused and creating, and how I've stayed more focused this year than I have in 8 years of content creating. Because I was, for the first couple of years of content creating, other than working my job, I was out of high school a pretty immature person and everything like that. What's up, Gene? What's up, Gene? Hope y'all come here and enjoy my podcast, see my beautiful face and everything like that. And for my buddy Gene, here we go.
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
But before we get into staying focused, who all 5 people here? Give me a hell yeah in the chat. Thank you, Gene. Thank you. So what's up? What's up, Stitch? What's up? If you want to know what we're doing right now, we're about the first 20 minutes into it, 25 minutes into the podcast. Just catching up with everybody about everything, content creation wise and all that. Before I get into my first topic of how I've stayed more focused in content creating this year compared to previous years.
Girl.
So yeah. So, if y'all ready to get me from the catching up part to staying focused in creating, content creating of any form, and you may tell just from my experience that, give me a 1 in the chat and we'll jump right into this next second topic of the stream. If y'all ready for the second topic, that is staying focused in creating, give me a 1 in the chat. And also, I want to let y'all know that probably either Saturday or Sunday, I'll be popping up on Twitch with the stream there. Just letting you know, this weekend I'll pop up on Twitch sometime with a stream, and yeah, we'll see where things go from there. But been focused on getting into that 1K right here on YouTube.com/Chrislevi13. And thank you for the 6 concurrent viewers. Can we get 6 likes on the stream? Can we? And while I do that, what I'll do here is I'm actually going to do something to help y'all out a little bit. Give y'all a little bit better show. If y'all hear the music but it's not blaring out too loud, let me know. Oh, we are getting hey, we got another viewer in here. 7 viewers. We're on the road to 10 likes, and will we hit the goal of 20 viewers on a stream? Will we? I don't know. But without further ado, it's been almost 23 minutes into the stream. Let's get into the next topic. And if you're ready for the next topic, give me a yes in the chat. R1. But yeah, we're getting, you know. Let me make sure everything's looking good on the stream and everything like that real quick. Let's check this out. Okay, cool. So for everybody here, staying focused in creating, or in long firms, staying focused in content creating, meaning the kind of content isn't just focused around YouTube. Isn't it just focused around Twitch? It isn't just focused around, hey, social media as in TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, any of that. Staying focused could be the kind of content of, hey, the content I'm doing is piling up wood, cutting down wood, developing a video game, the content of what you got on your streaming services. Staying focused in content could be a lot of different things for a lot of different people. But for me, I take my work and I make sure and put that to the side. Put my family to the side, because to stay focused in content creating, in years past I would just run home. Let's create a video. Let's get on a podcast. Let's do a stream. Let's do something. But yet I'd be missing something. And people may wonder, what are you missing? And it's because I would have unresolved things before I come into the bedroom, shut the door, get in the vault, as Ewin has said before, Ewin Racing, and create content, but not have everything resolved. So, in content creating, I started to make sure that, hey, why don't I sit there, hey, let's work my shift at work, let's come home, clean up, check on everything around the house, anything I need to do, cook, eat, have me a good meal, and then go live, because I don't want to go live and have a hungry stomach, or go live and know that, hey, there's something that I didn't finish here for that person or that person in life, or I didn't message this friend or that friend to check up on them before I went live. So there's a handful of people that I hit up every single time before I go live. There's some people that will always get a message that, hey, I'm doing this, and it's helped me over time stay focused. Now for you, you might have a different thing, but I make sure that everything's done. So when I sit here, I have less things to distract me, like my phone, or like this or like that I did in the past. And I stay focused because I want to create bigger, better, more impactful content. And if that's just me sitting here in front of a mic, talking direct to you all and having a topic thrown on the wall and seeing if it sticks and switching from topic to topic to topic until something sticks, then that's what we do. If it's streaming every single thing I got on an Xbox, the PlayStation, the Switch, till something sticks, then it is what it is, because at the end of the day, I'm having fun. Every game I played on stream this year, every time I've done the podcast this year, I've had more fun than I've ever had. As we're on the road of 170 basically subscribers to hit 1K, and to stay focused, man, I also exercise a little bit. I make sure that I stay hydrated and all that. Drink more water and tea and less sodas, and just have my mind in the game. Because for a long time, I would sit there and be like, okay, oh, my buddy, this person wants me to stream some Call of Duty. Well, you know what? Let's run home, turn the PlayStation on, eat a little something real fast, and do this, and then I'm still in my work clothes. And I'm like, hey, that's not the right thing to do, you know? There's a lot of people that want to sit there and create the content, be a keyboard warrior, and do all this stuff, but yet they never clean up what's in their personal life. And for us to stay focused, whatever you're doing in life, you got to remember the keys that I said in the beginning of the stream. Is have fun, grow your friendships, and grow your knowledge while staying focused. Because when you stay focused and driven at what you love to do, your passions, whether it's content creation, picking up a guitar, racing, sports, basketball, you can be a better person at the beginning, middle, and the end of the day. Because we all have demons. We all have our good days and bad days. We all have our trials and tribulations. It's being able to look in the mirror and say, do I regret that or do I not regret that? It's being able to look in the mirror and say, can I go to sleep and feel good about how I left that day? So me this year, I've just been staying more focused even throughout my dad's thing. When my dad's thing was happening, when I had the chance, instead of going live as many times as I had a chance, I would play games with friends. I would sit there and communicate with friends and get the weight of the world off my shoulders, and that would get me balanced out. And do those kind of things to make me a better person, a better human being, and everything like that. So that whenever I did do a live stream, when I did do a video, it was bigger, it was better. I didn't get this right here overnight. This took 17, 18, 19, and 20 to get to where I am. 4 fucking years to get where I'm at. The loss of probably over 15 different friends to get where I'm at. Some of them at the end of the day have regretted what they did. Some of them at the end of the day have apologized to me. But that's besides the point. They knew what that was at the time, and I've moved on. I've looked things, but I'm one of those people that I can forgive, but never forget. And I appreciate everybody that supports me as we're on the road to 1K, and everybody that stays focused. So as you're a fellow content creator, go out there and create bigger, better, bolder content. If you're streaming the same thing 100 times and yet you're getting the same results every single time, maybe change up with how you're doing it. Change up the guns you're using. Hey, the different modes you're playing in the games. Different sets of people you play with. Or maybe add comedic aspect to it, or more serious, or something to that. Try different things. Because you'll never know unless you do it. Did I ever know I was good at decent at podcasting until I did it? No. But when I have people that are diehard friends tell me that hey, you're streaming with me on a weekly basis, but you need to focus on your podcast. Do those things like that. So that's staying focused and all that. This PSA is brought to you by Chrislevi13. Thank you, Stitch. Thank you, Slayer. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I just wanted to kind of put that out there. Buddies, some of the buddies in the retro community, some of the guys there and some of the people in the gaming thing, some of the people that I talked to personally. When I threw this idea out there yesterday and today, they said it's something good, something different. It doesn't have to be the general, everybody's talking about a Switch OLED. Everybody's talking about this thing was Xbox or this thing was PlayStation. It's being different. Because I don't want to be the cookie cutter YouTuber. And there's only one thing that I know that I've seen to not unlock. I've got all the gear. I've got all the talent in the world. People told me that. But it's just finding those people. Instead of going in chats and 100 people saying, hey to me, and only one person coming back and actually check me out, I need to get 2, 3, 4, 5. That's one thing that I know in my arsenal as a human being. I gotta unlock that. I gotta find that little cheat code, that little thing, and unlock it somehow. Find the key. Let it go. But anyway, if y'all ready for the final topic, to where I will run down AEW Fyter Fest and my thoughts and opinions on the card as I look at it right here on the screen. Give your boy one final. Hell yeah. But since we're getting into the wrestling part of it, here we go, everybody, and let's get ready to rumble! So with that being said, let's cut the music and let's talk about some AEW Fyter Fest, which happened last night, night one, as AEW is back touring the United States with WWE starting this Friday with Friday Night SmackDown. So AEW Dynamite Fyter Fest happened, right? And basically, AEW Fyter Fest Night 1 advertised an FTW Championship between Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. Jon Moxley versus Carl Anderson for the IWGP United States Champion. Penelope Ford versus Yuka Sakazaki. And Fyter Fest also featured the follow-up to Malachi Black, a.k.a. Tommy End's debut last week on All Elite Wrestling. And I gotta say, big shout out to one of the All Elite legends. The Mr. passed away, R.I.P. The legend, Brody Lee. Respected by everybody in the business. But yes, everybody. So yes. So yeah, about to get into that stuff, but I want to let y'all know another thing before we get into to fully get into it. Since we're at 4 minutes, I'm gonna wait till I get to 36 to really get into the Fyter Fest stuff. But that's just a little synopsis of what happened last night at AEW Fyter Fest. We've already talked about catching up. We've already talked about my PSA, basically, as Slayer said, of staying focused and how I've stayed focused in this year more than I have in any previous year of content creation since I graduated high school in 2011. So, with that being said, also to anybody out there that knows me, that shares my name with people, wants me to see me grow, or any of you all out there that don't want to see me grow, and you want to see me go from here to there, I want to let you all know, you can say my name, but until you actually talk to me personally, DMs, voice chat, video call or you see me in person, do you really know the whole story? Do you really know that? Or do you know the half-truth that people want to spin? Because that happens to a lot of people out there. They spin the story to make it work for them, but yet tear you down, but yet in your face, they're like they're your friend. So in content creation, you've got to watch that right there. Because as T-Belly and others have said, there's pie out there, there's food out there for everybody to eat. Whether you want to eat your pie, you want to eat your nachos, whatever you want to eat. We go to this buffet of content creation, of so many different things to eat. There's so much out there. Like you go to a Chinese buffet, an American buffet, you go to any of that stuff like Las Vegas, somewhere in California, New York, something like that, or something in your local city, if you live, Chicago, whatever. When you go on that buffet, there's so many different kinds of food. It's kind of like content. You go in there and you see the mac and cheese, or you see the shrimp and the lobster and all these different things and the crab legs sitting there. And sometimes there's a lot of people in that field. There's a lot of crab legs sitting there. But then there's sometimes the people want to do their shit, do their thing, and that crab legs start getting eaten up because people are sitting there, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, and then everybody's doing the same thing, and then there's no crab legs, and then you look around and you think, well, all three of y'all ate the crab legs, all three of y'all did the exact same thing. You gotta be unique in there, but that's just a little stupid reference I want to make. But now let's get over to there, and what's up, T-Belly in the house. But yes, so to kind of wrap up AEW Fyter Fest real quick, you had Jon Moxley versus Carl Anderson. And Carl Anderson is one of the founding members of the famous in wrestling Bullet Club in IWGP. That is, the IWGP is what runs over the championships in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And when they span it to the United States, they added the United States Championship. And the IWGP Championship, man, Moxley got a big pop when he came out there with Eddie Kingston and all that. And then you had the challenger, which was Carl Anderson with his buddy Big Gallows, right? Obviously, the good thing that happened at the beginning was Eddie Kingston got Gallows out of the outside of the ring. They fought to the backstage, and then it left the ring being heads up Carl Anderson, the champion, Jon Moxley, formerly Dean Ambrose, head up, 1-on-1, man to man, and that was a hard hitting match. Saw them get busted up, do big moves on each other. You see a couple near falls, but in the end, Jon Moxley hit the paradigm shift and retained the IWGP United States Championship. And he has had the most defenses with that title since its creation a couple years ago. So that's an amazing thing. And I love Jon Moxley as a wrestler, as a person. He's with Renee Young. She does an awesome podcast called The Oral Sessions where she interviews a lot of different style of people. And it's an awesome thing. You know, when I see people doing their thing like that, it's an inspiration. Now, some people could say that's copy, blah, blah, but that's besides the point. Then you had Team Taz. It's been having this riff, right? This riff between them. And the riff really stands between Ricky Starks and Brian Cage. Because, and everything like that. So the championship that Taz, you know him from ECW, SmackDown, commentator in WWE, now works for for AEW, right? And you see them have this match, and you think Brian Cage's machine's going to tear him apart because Ricky Starks coming off of an injury, right? Well, you see the back and forth, Brian Cage doing big, huge moves, and then all of a sudden he gets a couple times where he's like, about to hit my finisher. Boom, hit this big move. Am I going to get to 1, 2, 2.5? Ricky Starks kicks out. 2.5, Ricky Starks kicks out. And then all of a sudden, Ricky Starks gets help from Will Hobbs, a.k.a. as they call him in the business right now, Powerhouse Hobbs, and gets the win over the one Brian Cage. And Ricky Starks is in that small guy, but he's not the big guy like Brian Cage is. So now we got a new FTW championship, and we're going to see where that storyline goes. Does Brian Cage stay being bitter with the Team Taz and going after the title and all that? We don't know, because it seems like Taz is in the middle of it, because Taz was on commentary for the match. He was kind of positive whenever Ricky Starks won. You know. Then Cody Rhodes comes out there, and he goes, blah, 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 runs his mouth as Cody Rhodes likes to do. Comes out, Malachi Black, Tommy End. They start going at each other, boom, boom, and you know what happens there. Fight, separated, happened a million times in wrestling. There's going to be a big blowout match sooner or later. And it's good to see Malachi Black, Tommy End, being used right. I mean, he was about to be used at the end of his WWE run. But then they fired the dude. After cutting all these amazing promos. And if that dude can cut a promo the way he can hold a company on his shoulders. Then you have Hangman Page come out there, and he calls out Kenny Omega, says, hey, Kenny Omega, I want a shot for your title. Hey, Carl Rocco, how you doing, man? Hey, just want to stop by, see how you're doing. Have to lurk and drop it like, because I have to take the kids to jiu-jitsu. Have a great stream. Thank you, Carl Rocco. Thank you. But yeah, so he calls him out there, right? You know Kenny Omega, he's not going to come out there alone, right? Not at all going to come out there alone. And so he comes out there with the Elite Boys, being the Good Brothers, the Young Bucks, and Don Callis. Well, they start berating him, and one of the Young Bucks gets in the ring, does his thing in face of Hangman Page. Well, Hangman Page doesn't like it. They start to brawl. All the Elite jump in the ring and start beating down Hangman Page. Boom! Dark Order runs out there, comes and helps them out. Boom! They break it apart, right? They're standing in the ring, and Hangman Page says, I still want my match with you, right? Blah, 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 blah. And then Kenny Omega's like, you know what? You'll get my match with me, but it'll be an elimination style match. Me and these four, basically, being the Good Brothers and the Young Bucks versus you and 5 members of the Elite. Of the Dark Order. And then Hangman Page is like, well, if we get that match, that's where I'll take it. But if I win, I get a shot at your title. And they get a shot at the tag team titles. But then Kenny Omega throws it his way and says, I'm a belt. He says it's just like a belt collector. And if we win, what do we get? You don't get a shot at my title, and they don't get a shot at the tag team titles. So that was pretty cool right there. Pretty decent segment. You had an amazing match of Christian Cage versus Matt Hardy, where Christian Cage defeated Matt Hardy for the first time, I think, in his career in a singles match. Because Matt Hardy, basically, in the whole feud, was basically saying, you followed me everywhere that I went for 23 years. You basically, and he hinted at your brother followed me and mine and and all this and that, and you and this and that. And it's like, Edge never really did. Christian, that's a different story. But Christian basically stated, I've come back to cement my legacy. That's why he's wrestling the way he is. And that was cool. That was cool. And then Britt Baker comes out there, cuts a little promo for her match. Her match is next week against Nyla Rose. And then you have Sammy Guevara versus Wheeler Yuta, which was a decent match. Sammy Guevara's always doing amazing high flying moves, so you know how that went. Sammy Guevara's the over guy. He's part of the inner circle, so he got the big win. You had Yuki Sakazaki defeating Penelope Ford. Penelope Ford's kind of like flirting there since her boyfriend, forgot what his name is, but he's hurt and all that. He's a fellow wrestler for the company, so Yuki Sakazaki hasn't been seen in the company in 60 months because she's a Japanese wrestler, and when the pandemic hit, they used some Japanese wrestlers, and some of them couldn't come back over for a while, right? And then you had the main event of Ethan Page versus Darby Allin in not a casket match, but a coffin match, because their match didn't look like a casket. Theirs was straight up a coffin. Same concept as what the Undertaker did, but with that. And you had Darby Allin defeat Ethan Page And what was cool about that is the match was obviously balls to the wall, crazy over the top moves. But what was crazy is whenever he finally got Ethan Page into the coffin, he did his coffin drop off the top rope onto the coffin, breaking the top of the coffin. Boom. So I gotta say, these AEW shows that they get back on the road and all that, and like sporting events or stuff are doing. You see the shows getting show after show sold out, pop and booze, and the crowd interaction is phenomenal. And if you're a wrestling fan, you need to find a way. Watch your MLW, ROH, WWE, NXT, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Evolved, or any other wrestling promotion out there that you enjoy. Even if it's something local that you can go see, go support wrestling. Because I will always say that with wrestling, gaming, entertainment style things, they go out there and they put their lives, they put their well-being on their lives to entertain us. We, if we're really a fan, should be entertained. But yeah, everybody, we've been here about 41 minutes and everything like that. So yeah, if there's anything y'all want to ask me, talk about, any questions, throw the questions in the chat right now. 5 current viewers, throw your questions in the chat right now. If you want to ask me anything, throw your questions in the chat right now and everything like that. But I just want to say, I'm working on some guests for coming up here. Like I said, one of the guests I'm working on, if anybody didn't know, she's a female. She was on a panel at Southeast Game Exchange. I messaged her. She said she's not busy. She might pop on one day. So I don't know if that'll be a pre-recorded or a live episode. But I'm working on that, and everything like that. And everything like that. She's got some awesome content on her channel. I'm not going to spoil the beans until I can confirm that she's gonna we can set a date and do this thing. And there's also some people that are smaller that I'm working on to get in and everything like that. But yeah, Southeast Game Exchange, something I'm gonna try to go to next year, because within the next 2 years, as far as conventions, and I'll get to your question in just a second, T-Belly, too many games, Southeast Game Exchange, and Missouri GameCon, Mo-GameCon, or whatever you call it. Those are the 3 I'm going to try to by 2023 to be able to go to. Now, are you interested in Skyward Sword? Yes, I'm interested in Skyward Sword. I don't know if I'll get Skyward Sword HD day 1, but I do know that Skyward Sword HD is very, very relevant to everything Zelda. Why is Zelda the way Zelda is? Why is Link the way it is? Why is the Master Sword so important? Why is the world of Hyrule the way that it is? That game is a lot of story, a lot of lore in the Zelda world. And some people didn't really play it on the Wii, but now that it's got the HD, the best version of it with some modern day enhancements, quality of life things. If you are a Zelda fan, check the game out, because I've been seeing some people that have got early access to the game, and some people that played the original one and are content creators they're gearing up for this one. And it's good to see that you've got these things in there. It's like my friend Miss Clit. That's her favorite Zelda game of all time, Legend of Zelda game of all time, because the time, a period in her life when she played the game, the impact the game has, and the lore that game has. Because she straight up in a stream, somebody asked her a question. She said, do you not get that game tells you why the Master Sword is so important, why Zelda is the way she is, why Link is the way he is. And she said you can play a lot of the Zelda games, and they're different. They have their different ways, the 2Ds, the 3Ds, this, that, and the other thing. But this one, yeah, it's not as open world. It's a little bit more linear, but it tells a great overall story. So that I'm hyped for it, I am hyped for it. Are you hyped for Skyward Sword, T-Belly? Or I know you might not get it day 1, but I know you're a huge Zelda fan. It's one of your favorite franchises, right next to God of War. Because I know those 2 series. You're one of those people that don't just play the games. You're like me. You like knowing, like with me and Kingdom Hearts. Because Kingdom Hearts is like Zelda to you. My Halo is your God of War kind of thing, you know, if I'm saying it right to everybody right there. You know, it's like I don't just play the game to just play the game and beat it. I play it to know the lore, know the story, know that, but then also play the game to my heart's content as well. But yeah, there's a lot of cool things. Check a lot of games coming to Game Pass. Some of the big titles, I'll be playing a couple streams of those starting in August with Psychonauts 2. If y'all want to see me do Psychonauts 1 on the channel, you've got to suggest it, and then I'll do it for you all. And there's going to be some other collaborators, some content creators that are in my community that hit 1K that I might want to interview and put on the feature on here, you know, and everything like that. There's some people that might pop in the chat that might come on the podcast one day and say, hey, they're on the podcast with me now, you know, because I'm going to be moving the podcast from not just the live episodes at least twice a month on Thursday nights, but we're also going to be adding in additional maybe pre-recorded episodes where I can just shoot the shit with somebody and then have that premiere up on the channel. And there's some other things that we're working on as well. But yeah, this, you know, we've got to sit there and go, because I'm going to be grinding my ass off. And if you support me in this stream or any stream I do, continue to do it. Even if you can't pop in the stream and say hello, but you got enough time and you can share the stream. Hey, I pop it in somebody's Discord. Hey, I send this over. Hey, friend, go watch the stream or this or that. Any help would help me, because if you help me, I help you. We pay it forward. It's not the sub follow kind of thing. So something a lot better. You know, but yeah. If y'all got no more questions or anything like that, we will get into the final closing thoughts, and then we'll wrap everything up. I'm hyped up for a new Evil Dead game, although I heard it did get pushed back till next year because it was supposed to come out this year. I love the Evil Dead. Yes, that Evil Dead game, you have your Dead by Daylight. You have your Friday the 13th. And this is supposed to be more of like the Friday the 13th, but with Evil Dead. So if you like Friday the 13th with Jason and all that, and the camp counselors, Evil Dead game is in the vein of those style of games, and it should be a fun multiplayer game coming out next year. Now, if you ever enjoyed Left 4 Dead 1 or 2, there is a game coming out called Back 4 Blood, made by Warner Bros., I believe. And that game is going to be a game that definitely, when it comes out, definitely go catch it, buy it, get it. That's going to be a great, great game. And it's basically doing everything we ever wanted from Left 4 Dead, but in the modern era. And it's fun, you know. Also, everybody out there, if you have not heard the news, content creators, T-Belly, everybody out there, YouTube has made some changes. And if you want to hear about the YouTube changes, the Elgato stuff that dropped today, and other things, before, in a real quick synopsis, before I get out of here, give me a fucking hell yeah. Again, I'm going to give y'all a moment to respond. So, for content creators in the business of people that create content, primarily gaming content on youtube.com/whatever your YouTube name is, streamers and gaming content creators, we are sharing 3 updates to some highly requested features: clips, sub-only chats, and polls. Meaning now, with your live streams, you can make... let me actually do this real quick, everybody. Let me show it right up here on the screen. So, everybody, attention, if you're a streamer or content creator on YouTube, this is for everybody that's a content creator. They're adding some features that you've had on Twitch. Now you have these features on YouTube, as well as some other things coming in the future. And it is clips, sub-only, chat, and polls. Here's a quick breakdown. Clips are now available to all gaming and content creators with 1K subs or more. You and your viewers can now capture memorable moments from your videos or streams and easily share them with friends, helping you reach a new audience. So everybody, that push for 1K, I want each and every single one in the chat to raise the flag, says Chrislevi13. Kind of like, what's his name, whenever Mel Gibson was in Braveheart. Raise that flag and run! How? That's one. Number two, streamers, you now have access to a new chat option to help moderate chat and build your community. Sub-only chats choose how long viewers need to be subscribed before they can send a message. Anywhere from a few minutes to a few months. So like my buddy T-Belly, he used to do member-only streams, right? Well, think about this, T-Belly. You could basically say, hey, you've got to be subscribed to me for 5 or more months before you can chat in the chat. This is more for the long-time supporters. Boom. You sit there and set the little stuff up there. Right? And you kind of do little cool things like that. And then you have the burning question for your fans. You can now create polls right from the live chat window to interact with your chat and audience. So like T-Belly, when you do your podcast, if that's available on your channel, and you want to ask your chat, your 25 people, because you get like 25 to 30 people in their stream, your streams, right? Sometimes you've been up to almost 40, and you want to ask them a burning question during a podcast. Hey, do you like cheap gamers? Yes or no? Or do you prefer the Xbox Series S/X or the PS5? You can sit there and ask the question and get feedback from your chat, and that's pretty cool. Now, the one last thing they gotta add to basically to be almost par on with Twitch. For anybody out there, the thing they gotta add is they have got to add in gifted members. Meaning, if you could go to somebody's channel and say, hey, they got members unlocked, and say, hey, me, I want to gift 2 members, and then two people that are subscribed to you will be gifted memberships. That's something that they've got to figure out, you know. Which I know they probably thought about that, and they're trying to figure it out and everything like that. But it's going to be a really interesting time. Now to the last bit of news and last little bit of thing. Elgato held an event today, and Elgato just stepped their game up. You can make a whole streaming setup minus your PC and your screen that you're playing the game off of from Elgato. From your mic to your camera to your stream deck to all your hardware can be Elgato as of today. You already have the Elgato Wave mics out there in the wild. You already have all these things. Now you've got the Wave mic boom arm right there. That one can be mounted to a wall or wherever you see fitted. You've got the Wave mic arm LP, which can be mounted anywhere you need to as well. It's a different style arm, but they both work. You've got the wall mount, where you can mount something to a wall, and and be able to do it off of that. You've got their Wave 3 mics. You got their light strips and key lights and green screens. You got their, basically all that setup right there is Elgato in that picture. But what's cool is if you go over here, their camera is a 1080p 60 frames per second camera. And it is called the Facecam Premium Webcam. Eight elements, all glass with a, it's like that, boom. Got all that. So yeah, it's got some cool stuff coming. And everything like that. Look at that. See? Flash memory. They got all that stuff. But now if you go over here and shop, that camera, what's cool about that camera is it's a $100 and $200 camera, but it gives you all that stuff, and it has its own little stuff, like a little program where you can download what you need to off of it. See, it's like you go down here. Let me go to it. Let me find the feature for it. Optimized for use a Sony storage sensor enable face cam to it. Yeah, see, you got cool 24/7 operation. You got flash memory, which saves your camera settings. Access image of ultra fast processors in there. You know, you got seamless mounting, clamp it on there. You know, or clamp it off on things and all that. See, there it is on the computer right there if you're looking at my screen. Shoot like a pro. All settings on board. It's got its own little group of setting stuff right here where you can change the iOS, automatic, the shutter speed, all this within, you know, with a zoom, with a kind of wide, pretty much zoom out there. And everything. 82-degree field of view that it gives you. And it looks comparable to those cameras, those DSLR cameras and other stuff that people buy. That is very comparable to that. Then you got the Wave XLR, a microphone interface and digital mixing solution. Meaning you can do stuff right there at the palm of your hands in no time with your stream setup. And then you've got this right here, which is a new thing for your streamlining your Elgato Stream Deck. Like I've got the Stream Deck. Look at this stuff. They're adding so much more into this. There's no other time better to be a streamer, be a content creator in a long time when you got companies doing stuff like this. Companies going out on a limb to do this. Yeah, people said they could have started YouTubes in 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I could have done this. I could have done that. It's all about how you seize the moment now. And I motherfucking am grabbing the moment by its balls, by whatever it's got. And I'm squeezing. And I'm doing whatever I got to get where I gotta go. Because I'm Chrislevi13. Bada bing, bada boom. Realest guy in the room. Anyway, that's been episode 31 of the Vault 13 podcast. If you enjoyed the podcast, let me know. And everything like that. And then we'll get out of here within the next couple minutes. Well, it was a wonderful episode. A lot of stuff. We talked about some other stuff at the end. Was like some added bonus stuff there that I put in there for you all and everything. If you enjoyed the podcast, let me know and everything like that. We're gonna get over here to me and everything like that. And that's how I like doing my podcast. You don't waste no time. You get in there, you get the job done, like with your woman, and you get out. Some of them don't like that. Sometimes you want to make the fun happen and last a little longer. Sometimes we might. But right now, I did my job and I'm getting out. But anyway, I'll see you all next Thursday. Might have a pre-recorded episode over the weekend. I will be live on Twitch sometime over the weekend for at least an hour. And we're all on the road to 1K right here on youtube.com/Chrislevi13. So can we hit at least 70 more subscribers by September 20th? By the time I turn 30, because on my birthday, when I turn 30, that week, I will be doing a 6 to 12 hour stream for the community. Anyway, I'm Chrislevi13. Check me out all around social media on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and beyond. Thank you, T-Belly Stitch, Slayer, Carl Rocco, my buddy Gene, Slayer768, and everybody else that came by, hit that like button, shared the stream out, and all that. We've got to get these numbers from 6 to 7 to 12 and 13 to 20 and 21, 22, 23 to 30 and 31. We got to do this. We can only do this as a community. Let's go. Hashtag stay awesome. And I'll see you all in the next video and or live stream. Stay awesome.